Yo, it's Bader. How's it going, YouTube brothers? Hey, I wanna talk about money in the hobby, and the reason why is I think there's some dangers in this hobby as collectors. We can get hyper focused on cards and wanting more and more, and I have to stop and ask myself, okay, why am I doing this? Like, why will I spend this much money? Why will I spend this much time? Because there's got to be reasons. I could be doing this because I love the sport. I love the imagery. I love the pictures. I love the activity. I want to break from life. And these are all great. But there's also things where it could be like somebody drinking or somebody golfing all day long and ignoring other things. And they put so much of their resources in this one thing. Everybody else might look and go, dude, are you serving yourself really well by going towards this compulsive behavior? Um, we might be doing it because it's a lie. It's a lie. It's that this will I put money in this and it'll somehow make me money in the future, and that 99.9% of the time that's a lie. It's not true, and I have to remind myself this. And the reason why I'm bringing this up and talking about it is my very last video that I did. I had a budget. I went to a card show and spent my budget. And then on the way out, I bought two cards, right? And it wasn't like crazy cards, but I was like, no, I flat out blew my budget. I went over what I could justify as a good amount of spending, right? And I'm generally pretty good about sticking to my guns and stuff. I go, man, that affected me negatively. I know this is affecting everybody, a lot of people in the hobby. I was like just chasing, trying to fill this void in ourselves about like if I can finish this, then I'll be happy or something. Like, no, you won't. No, you won't. No, I won't. When I finish this is a lot of fun. I'm gonna really enjoy it, and then projects will be done. And I'll be looking for the next one. I need to know that that's how I operate, and not let my desire to finish that screw me over in other areas of life. But some people in the hobby just look at this as like an endless investment, even vintage stuff, even the safe stuff, that it's just going to keep going on like this forever. And my perspective is that's not true. That's not true. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. My expectations is as I keep going on and getting older and older, there's going to be a larger and larger percentage of people who don't care about this. Now, I think there's always going to be people coming into the hobby that will appreciate this, but the question is what's the number of the people? And I'll give you an example. Here's some, and this is why we need to not worry so much about the money, guys. I've got two Beckett's. This is 1992, and we have 1996. And the reason I have this is it's got my man Kirby Puckett on the back after he retired. Now, you would think vintage just keeps going up and up and up. And if you look into these things and just look at what was going on in the hobby, you'll notice a couple things. This is peak junk wax, and this is on the downturn. And if you go back in, you would think, well, the vintage stuff's more safe. So, maybe it just, the value of these vintage cards stays the same, or maybe it's slightly up. And I'm like, but it's not, it's down. You go look at the Mickey Mantle. You go look at the, a couple favorite cards, Satchel Paige, Nolan Ryan rookies. Like, all these cards are worth less, some of them substantially less 4 years later. And you go, why? Why did they go down? It's because the hobby decreased. Right now, we're in it's been a 5-year run of awesome strength. And to expect that this is the new norm that's going to continue on for the next 20, 30, 40 years, I personally think that sounds risky to me. That sounds risky. Now, it's a different environment. We have YouTube videos, we have communities, we have all this stuff, yes. But we also have an economy situation coming up where we're going to have AI, we're going to have people losing jobs. This is going to be a crazy shakedown in the next 15 years. The middle class is going to get rocked. I think a lot of us is going to have to cut our spending. That's what I think is going to happen. And I don't think that a lot of your cards are going to maintain their values as well. So why should I care so much about future values if my expectations that it's kind of risky? So instead, I'm like, I just want to enjoy the cards. Get cards when they're a good deal. Maximize my enjoyment. I'll give you an example. I needed this for my set. I looked around. I got this Jackie Robinson, and it's a 1. It's a lowly 1. And if it was a 4, If it was a 5, would I like the card more? Absolutely. How do I put a value on how much more I would enjoy it? Let's say it cost me 5 times as much, 6 times as much. Say it was $400 more. I'm not even sure what the value of that is right now, but would I like it that much? My answer would be no. I wouldn't like it $400 more. If I looked at it from an investment standpoint, going like, well, down the road, I mean, 1s are nothing. 5s, there's only so many of those 5s and above. What is that going to be, in 10 years, 20 years? Is it going to be worth more? I'd be like, absolutely. I would think that it would do this. But if that's my focus, why don't I just take that $400, put it in an IRA, put it in 401k, pay down my house further? Like, why don't I put it there? And then let's look. Because then in 20 years, I could have a 1 or a 5. But what did my money do for me in the last 20 years? I would be better off getting a 1 and taking that money into things that are more of really an investment. And so that's the way I perceive this. Am I going to enjoy it that much more? Also, I don't sell cards. I don't ever plan to sell cards. I feel this way about grading too. If you go, I have, let's say this was raw and it was a 1 or whatever. I'm going to spend $15. I'm going to spend some shipping. I'm going to get the card and you say, hey, it's worth $30 more now. And down the road, it'll be worth $50 more. But I'm not going to sell it for 20 years, 30 years when I pass away, whatever. Wouldn't that be better off taking that $15-20 right now, putting into something that actually serves, like my financial future or my family, and just letting it ride? Let it go. Like, let it do its thing for 15-20 years. Yes, it'll be worth more probably if it's graded, but the money is going to be way better off served somewhere else. So why am I letting that distract me and be my focus? So anyway, that's me. That's my thought processes. So I just don't want to spend tons of money in the hobby that doesn't bring me joy. I want to enjoy things. I'm gonna show you a couple of cards that I enjoy. All right, and that help me keep my budget down and really enjoy. Here's a Richie Ashburn. Okay, that is a poor condition card. I think it cost me like $5-6. It had stains on it. And what I did was I took it and I targeted it specifically because it had some horrible wrinkles. It had some staining. And I like Richie Ashburn. And looking at nice copies of this, it was going to cost me 10x of what that one is or more. And I'm like, I want all the cards. I can't sit there and spend a bunch of money on expensive examples of everything. So I got that one for super cheap. And I did my experimental soaking, and it was crazy because a bunch of the stains came out. The image softened. It's a substantially better card, but I would say it went from a poor to maybe a fair. But it just looks a lot better. And I got to play with the card, enjoy the card, and everything else. So I'm like, $6 I think is what it cost me. I'm like, it was well worth it. It was totally fun. I enjoyed it very, very much. But guys, it's just it's a hobby. It's a hobby. If you're a flipper, I have nothing against anybody who takes cards, looks for value, is strategically, trying to do that as a moneymaker. I'm like, God bless you. Go do that stuff. But for us collectors, man, this should not be, I don't think it should be our focus. It's not my focus. Anyway, just want to show you some cards, share my thoughts on it. Better out.